Michael Johnson qualified 12 for the Lime Rock 120 tomorrow. It was kind of a crazy afternoon with the weather changing right before qualifying. How much did that affect the track for you?
I don't think it affected the track too much. I think it mostly just changed where everybody had to run. There was some standing water some places, but I'm very pleased of what we've done. We've made a lot of work today in the limited time we've had on track. So I'm excited for tomorrow, and we'll see what we can do in the race. You and your teammate Steven Simpson scored your first TCR win here at Lime Rock Park just a few years ago, and then followed up with a podium after that. How do you feel for tomorrow? I feel good. This track has always been really good to us. I like it a lot. It's very fun. So I'm feeling good for tomorrow.
And how challenging do you think the traffic is going to be on this little track tomorrow?
The traffic tomorrow is going to be brutal. We qualified within the GS field from overall, so it's going to be very tense out there. There's going to be a lot of frustrated people, so it's going to need to watch what we're doing and keep our heads high and keep moving forward.
Taylor Hagel, you had your best qualifying effort of the year so far, and it's a brand new track for you. Just a handful of laps going into qualifying, and you're starting 7th tomorrow. Talk about your session.
No, the session was really good. I mean, we've been working really hard for practice 1 and practice 2 to kind of dial in the car, and me learn the track, just been doing nonstop data and video, and finally just kind of got it down. The track was really good, and the car was really good. The guys have been working really hard, and finally just got the car 100% where we want it, and went out there and ran some laps and got a good qual.
So Michael Johnson talked about qualifying within the GS field. You guys are well within the GS field starting tomorrow. What is that going to be like on this little tiny track?
Not pleasant. I think it's definitely going to add a little bit of challenge into the race, I think, just having to work with that. I mean, we always have to work with GS traffic, but with it being such a small track and us being so close in time, I think it's going to be a little bit of an extra challenge, especially with not having a split start tomorrow. So just gotta be aware, keep our head up, and pay attention.
And is this the smallest track you've ever raced?
I think so. I think the only one comparable is Portland, but I think that's even bigger than this. So
good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Harry Gottsacker coming off of pole position last week with the Elantra, the first in North America for the Elantra, the first of the season for Hyundai and BHA. 6th today at the little track here at Lime Rock, 1.5 miles. Talk about your result today.
Yeah, it's definitely a position I feel like we can fight for to win tomorrow in the race, especially with the heat being a factor and also all this crazy rain that's been floating around the area. I think it's a real wild card race tomorrow, so I think our Elantra N is going to be in tip-top shape for the race tomorrow. Just really looking forward to getting out there and just doing battle with those guys. Good job to Tyler Gonzalez for getting pole, but it's going to be a good race tomorrow. I'm excited.
Last time you raced here, you finished on 3rd, I believe. Yep. That was in a Veloster. How different is this track in the Elantra?
It's definitely different. They're 2 different kind of cars, so they definitely feel quite a bit different. But I'm looking forward to racing this Elantra N around the track tomorrow. Be a new experience for me. So.
Flying Ryan Norman, top Hyundai qualifier for BHA today, starting 4th tomorrow in the number 98 Elantra. Talk about your session and your first time here at Lime Rock.
Yeah, so today's my first day being here. It's such a fun track. It took the first couple laps to really get used to it and just kind of slowly progressed over the day. And the car felt really good. It feels really good over a long run. And it rained right before qualifying, so the track was really green when we went out there. So handling was a little different than what we were having before. But we're feeling good going into tomorrow. It looks like it's going to be raining probably the whole entire race. So we'll just keep it clean, keep it on the track, and see where we end up.
Yeah, so talk about the weather on a short track like this with up to 40 cars, not a lot of space, and maybe a little bit slippery with the rain and then the heat. How much of a factor will that play tomorrow?
Definitely a lot. The GS cars obviously are faster in the straight line, but the TCR cars are pretty fast in the corners too, especially in the rain compared to the GS cars. So I think we're going to be battling it out with them a little bit, and I don't really think there's going to be an open spot on the track. So it's really going to be managing, making sure you're just keeping it clean, and also getting through traffic cleanly and putting cars in between the other guys. So it'll be interesting for sure.
And on such a short track, pit stops play such a huge role. And the one thought in the pre-race was that tire degradation was going to be an issue. Should it rain tomorrow, does that change that up a little bit?
If it rains, tire degradation shouldn't be a big issue. We should probably just need to replace the front tires, probably run the rear tires for the whole race. But yeah, I mean, on such a short track, it's going to be definitely important for good pit stops. There's a lot of reds today, so there might be a lot of yellows tomorrow in the race too. So just really keep the head down and keep it clean. We'll see where we end up.
Last question for you. You just came off of your IndyCar debut at Mid-Ohio. Was it tricky to transition from your race win with us back to the IndyCar and now back to your Elantra?
Not really. I've been so used to driving the TCR cars now, and it's such a fun car to drive. So obviously the two cars are very different, but just been enjoying getting back in the TCR car with Hyundai, and looking forward to hopefully getting a podium.